Everything is falling apart, and nobody feels safe anymore. Secrets are getting exposed, trust is breaking, and war is coming to the streets of Chicago. You can feel it building tension, fear, and the feeling that something big is about to explode. But before we look ahead to episode 7, we need to look back, because every twist, every lie, and every broken promise from this season is leading us to what could be the most powerful episode yet. Season 7 of The Chi has been a wild ride from the very start. Everyone is dealing with something, and the pressure is building on all sides. Let's talk about Emmett first. He started this season trying to keep his family safe and his business clean, but that didn't last long. Douda keeps pulling him back into dangerous territory. And no matter how hard Emmett tries to break free, it seems like he's always one phone call away from being dragged back into the streets. His relationship with Keisha is also cracking under the pressure. They've both changed, and while they love each other, it's clear that love alone might not be enough to hold them together. Keisha is trying to be a strong mother and keep her home together, but she's tired. You can see it in her face every time Emmett makes another risky choice. She feels more alone. She wants a partner who protects, not one she has to protect from himself. And with the kids caught in the middle, she's starting to question if staying is even worth it. This season, we've watched Keisha grow stronger in her voice and more clear in what she wants, but we've also seen how pain and disappointment are starting to wear her down. Meanwhile, Douda is still playing puppet master, and it's honestly getting more dangerous by the day. He's moving like a man with nothing to lose. He's using Emmett, threatening old enemies, and keeping a close eye on anyone who might turn against him. He doesn't just want money or power, he wants loyalty, fear, and control. That makes him even more dangerous than before. And even though he seems like he's always one step ahead, you can feel that his time might be running out. He's made too many enemies, and he's getting reckless. Darnell, Emmett's father, has had enough. This season, he's stepped up in a way we haven't seen in a long time. He knows what Douda is capable of, and for once, he's not just standing back and letting things happen. He's trying to protect his son, even if that means going to war. The moment when Darnell said he's ready to do what needs to be done sent chills through fans. It's one of the first real signs that someone might finally stand up to Douda without fear. And we know that could come with deadly consequences. And let's not forget about Jake and Gemma. Their relationship has been hanging by a thread all season. Gemma is trying to be more than just Jake's girl. She wants independence, success, and real purpose. Jake, on the other hand, is still trying to figure out who he is without his brother and without all the pressure that comes from living in South Side Chicago. The two of them have had moments of closeness, but there's always something pulling them apart. Whether it's secrets, ambition, or fear, they're clearly heading toward a breaking point. All of these storylines are connected. They're like different wires in the same ticking time bomb. And episode 7. That might just be when it finally explodes. Whether it's betrayal, death, or one final chance at redemption, Season 7 has set the stage for something major. And if you've been paying attention, the signs are already there. Asterisk, this season has done something different. It's made every character choose between peace and pride, and most of them are choosing pride. Emmett is trying to convince himself that he can have both worlds, family and street loyalty. But the truth is, he's slipping deeper into Douda's control, even if he won't admit it. Remember when he said he could handle it? That he had it under control. That moment said it all. He's lying to Keisha, but more importantly, he's lying to himself. And deep down, we can see it, eating him alive. Asterisk, Keisha's not dumb. She knows the signs. The money's coming in too fast. Emmett's always looking over his shoulder. And every time the phone rings, his face changes. That's not the life she agreed to. That's not the man she thought she was building a home with. You can see the cracks in their relationship every time she questions him. But here's the thing, she's not just another worried girlfriend. Keisha has been through hell and survived. And now, she's not afraid to walk away if it means saving herself and her kids. That's the quiet power of her storyline this season. She's not making noise, but she's moving with purpose. Asterisk, let's talk about Douda. There's a reason he's still standing while so many others have fallen. He plays the long game. He uses fear the way others use words. And this season, he's been tightening the leash on everyone around him. He gave Emmett a way out, but it came wrapped in a threat. He's manipulating people who think they're in control, but really, they're just playing into his plan. Still, there's a shift happening. You can feel it. Douda is acting more desperate, more aggressive. Like a man who knows his time is running short, like someone who's ready to burn everything down before he lets it go. Darnell sees that. He knows Douda won't stop unless someone stops him. And we've seen a different Darnell this season, not just a father, but a protector. He's not making empty speeches anymore. He's taking action. Whether it's warning Emmett or meeting with people in the shadows, Darnell is making moves. And let's be real, when an old head like Darnell starts preparing for war, it's personal. Then there's Papa, quiet but hurting. The loss of his father still lingers. He's looking for meaning, looking for truth, and maybe even looking for a fight. He's been more reflective this season, but reflection can be dangerous when mixed with anger. We haven't seen his full hand yet, and that's what makes him a wildcard going into episode 7. This isn't just character development, it's build-up. Think about it, nearly every character is facing a crossroads. Some are about to step into violence. Others are on the edge of walking away for good. Nobody's safe. Not emotionally, not physically. And when a show stacks this much tension without release, it only means one thing: something or someone is going to break. Emmett is the heartbeat of the Chi, but this season, his heart is beating too fast. He's spent the whole season walking a tightrope, trying to be a father, a lover, a businessman, and somehow, still Douda's partner. But we all know, you don't partner with a man like Douda. You serve him more, you become a threat. Prediction: Emmett is about to hit a wall. Episode 7 might finally force him to stop pretending. He's already tried to go behind Douda's back. He's lied to Keisha, he's made promises he can't keep. That's not going to end quietly. The real question is, what breaks him first? Does Keisha walk out? Does Darnell get hurt? Or does Douda remind him, in his brutal way, that no one leaves the game clean? Emmett's been trying to be a hero, but in this story, heroes usually bleed before they win. If he doesn't make a bold choice in episode 7, someone else might make it for him. Keisha has been patient, supportive, loyal, but that patience has limits, and we saw it thinning in episode 6. Every time Emmett lies, she hears it in his voice. Every late-night meeting, every shady deal, it's building a wall between them. And now, her instincts are screaming louder than her love. In episode 7, she might finally be pushed past her limit. Prediction: Keisha could either confront Douda herself, something no one sees coming, or she walks away for good, taking the kids with her. She doesn't need to yell to make noise. Sometimes, the most powerful move is silence, followed by absence. Don't be surprised if episode 7 has a scene where Keisha leaves a note, packs a bag, or says goodbye with a look instead of words. It would be emotional, real, and completely earned. Every great villain reaches a point where they start believing their own hype. That's where Douda is right now. He's killed, manipulated, controlled, and he's done it with a calm that makes your skin crawl. But the cracks are starting to show. Here's the bold prediction. Episode 7 could finally be the moment someone strikes back. Not with a warning, with a bullet. Douda has too many enemies now. Emmett, Darnell, even Victor. And if he doesn't fall this episode, something big will still shake his foundation. Maybe his crew turns on him. Maybe someone close betrays him. Or maybe he lets his guard down. Just once, and that's all it takes. Don't expect him to go out easy, though Douda's dangerous. If he knows someone's coming for him, he'll move first. And when he moves, people die. You can feel it. Darnell is done talking. He's been trying to protect Emmett, with words, with warnings. But now, he's planning, watching, ready? That line he dropped about handling things himself wasn't just tough talk, it was a promise. Darnell's been in this world before. He knows the rules. He knows how men like Douda operate. And he knows you can't just walk away. Prediction: Darnell's going to try something bold. Maybe he gathers evidence. Maybe he tries to set Douda up. Maybe he meets him face to face with a weapon. But there's one truth fans can't ignore. Darnell is ready to die for his son. And that makes him both dangerous and in serious danger. If episode 7 is the war we think it is, might not survive it. Think about this: what happens when kids grow up in war zones that look like neighborhoods? When your best friend could be your biggest threat, and love feels more like survival than comfort. That's the reality in the Chi right now. These aren't just storylines. These are pressure cookers. And in episode 7, the lid might finally blow off. Let's talk about the ones who've been moving quietly, but might end up changing everything. Asterisk. Jake has always moved with heart, first, and thought, second, but this season, he's had to grow up fast. With Trig pulling back, and Gemma pushing forward. Jake has been stuck in the middle, trying to hold on to something solid in a world that keeps shifting underneath him. Asterisk. The tension in Jake and Gemma's relationship isn't just about growing apart, it's about identity. Jake wants peace, simplicity, and loyalty. Gemma wants progress, change, and maybe distance. Episode 7 might be their final fork in the road. Asterisk. Prediction. Jake's going to have to choose. Stay loyal to his past or chase a future that's bigger than his neighborhood. And that choice might cost him more than his relationship. It might cost him his friends, his safety, or even his sense of self. Asterisk. Gemma isn't playing the background this season. She's not Jake's girl anymore. She's building something real. Her business mind, her ambition, her focus, it's all sharpened. But here's the thing. The more she grows, the less Jake seems to recognize her. And she sees that asterisk, Gemma, might make her boldest move yet in episode 7. Walk away, maybe. Betray someone, possibly. She's smart enough to do what needs to be done and cold enough to survive the fallout. Some fans think she's too selfish. But maybe selfish is just what survival looks like when you're a young black woman in the South Side with goals bigger than your zip code. Asterisk. Prediction. Don't be surprised if she burns a bridge to light her own way. Asterisk. Out of everyone, Papa has been the quietest storm. He's carrying the weight of grief, faith, and betrayal, and that combination is dangerous. This isn't the same Papa we've known in earlier seasons. The smile is still there sometimes, but the light behind it, it's dimmer. Asterisk. Papa's been reflecting, but grief has a funny way of turning into rage when you don't heal it. And with every episode he's been slipping further from the person he used to be. Episode 7 could be his breaking point, or his awakening. Asterisk. Prediction. Papa might step out of the shadows in a major way. He could snap on someone. He could expose a secret, or if the writers are really playing the long game, he could become a quiet villain in the making. A man of peace. Finally, choosing war. Asterisk. Now let's get into it, the wild stuff. The theories that fans are whispering in the comments, and the ones even the cast won't confirm. If the Chi wants to truly shake the table in episode 7, here's what could go down. Asterisk. Someone dies. And not a side character, one of the mains. Most likely, Darnell. Most shocking, Emmett. Most poetic, Douda. Asterisk. Keisha takes the kids and runs. No warning, no goodbye, just gone. Setting Emmett up for a season of rebuilding or revenge. Asterisk. Douda gets exposed on camera, someone records him doing something brutal. Suddenly, it's not just street justice, it's public. Asterisk. Trig returns. Maybe in the last scene. Maybe as the man with a plan. Maybe to save Jake. Maybe to settle a score. Asterisk. A flashback or hallucination. Someone, Papa, maybe has a vision of their father or past trauma. Emotional, spiritual, unexpected. Asterisk. Someone switches sides. What if Gemma helps Douda for her own gain? What if Emmett turns on Douda but pays for it with blood? Asterisk. The truth is, episode 7 could go in any direction. But if you look at how carefully they've built this season, one thing is clear. This episode is going to hurt. It's going to shift relationships, close chapters, and maybe kill off someone we've known since season 1. Asterisk. What if everything we've been watching isn't just leading to a climax, but a collapse? Asterisk. Because that's what the Chi feels like right now. Not just a story reaching its peak, but a world coming undone. Episode 7 isn't just the end of a season arc. It's a mirror held up to every character, every lie, every quiet moment of regret. And what they see might not be something they can come back from. Asterisk. This entire season has been about consequences. Not the loud ones, the quiet ones. The kind that show up at your door when you think the danger's past. The kind that break families without pulling a single trigger. The Chi has never been just about gang wars or betrayals. It's always been about community, about cycles, about the cost of trying to live a full life in a broken system. Asterisk. Episode 7 will test every piece of that. Asterisk. Let's slow it down for a second. What do we really think is going to happen? Here's the theory that ties it all together. Douda has overplayed his hand. He's made too many enemies and created too many cracks in the system he built. The moment Emmett started lying to him, The clock started ticking. Darnell's threats. That was the first warning shot. And Keisha pulling away. That was the emotional shift, the moment when the audience realized Emmett might lose more than his life. He might lose the reason he fought in the first place. Episode 7 might not give us a resolution. It might give us a fracture. Something big enough to carry into the next season, but raw enough to leave us with questions. We're probably going to see one major character make a final choice that can't be undone. One betrayal from someone we trusted. And one reveal that flips what we thought we knew. This isn't the kind of show where everything ties up neatly. It's realer than that. People don't always get justice. Sometimes they just get consequences. And sometimes, the people who deserve peace the most don't live long enough to see it. And then there's that haunting thought. What if none of them make it out of episode 7 the same? What if Emmett turns cold? What if Keisha loses hope? What if Papa breaks bad? What if Douda survives again? Because the Chi has always told the truth, even when it hurts. And this time, that truth might hurt more than ever. So now the real question isn't just what's going to happen in episode 7, it's, what are we supposed to take from it? Loyalty doesn't guarantee safety. Love doesn't erase pain. And survival. It has a cost. Every choice they've made has brought them here. And we're about to see who pays the final price. So don't blink. Episode 7 isn't just the next chapter, it's the test. And only a few of them are going to pass it.